Alright, so here today we got some fun things to jump into, some fun things to talk about. It's that time of the year again. A collaboration is right around the corner. An anniversary is around the corner. It's time to get your head screwed on right and be ready for what is to happen. Today, like and subscribe helps a ton. We're going to be jumping into this, breaking it down, and making sure you're aware of what to know before this collaboration drops. Because listen, bro, I got some important PSAs. Please lock in, listen, or you lose on the banner. Here we go. Like and subscribe. First, let's begin over here. What is the collaboration? Eminence Shadow. How many units? 3 units. Now, free unit, how many pulls do you get for free? You get 4 free multis, 70 free gems. If you play the event that's there, which gives you 30 gems, it's 100 free gems. You play Chaos PvP, bare minimum, all of you should average 20 to 30 gems bare minimum. So technically speaking, when you get 130 gems in this update, you get 4 free multis, which basically, let's just round up here and say we get almost 300 pulls just in this update. Basically 300 mileage. Probably more like 240, but let's just say 300 for just average. You get half the banner given to you. Is it a good banner to pull for? Is it worth the investment? Are the characters good? That's an entire thought process that you might be asking. Today, I want to answer that. First off, this collaboration is doing something that you kind of never have seen before. You are getting fairy characters. It's rare for a collaboration to do anything other than human, unknown, human. Literally, other than that, that's all they do. So, having this collaboration be unique for the first time ever is a pretty cool thing. Especially, why I'm saying this is important is, especially for a meta where fairies literally get nothing, while they're getting something super exclusive like a collaboration, missing out on the collaboration is probably the dumbest thing you could ever do. Again, if you're a fairy meta enjoyer, this is like your only chance to have something good. If you care that maybe fairies could be meta in the future, especially with how 4 Koa is, there's a lot of potential for some good fairy units. There could be some things working out here, and you could see absolute peak. You could. So, please plan that accordingly and know that that is a fact of the century. When we watched the gameplay on stream and such, we did see a lot of good stuff here. Remember also, these collaboration units could be working in this boss over here because this boss is meant to be kind of run with either human or fairy team. We saw that with Lancelot, Elaine, and King. It's probably how that's going to go, so please be aware that they could also be good over there for the raid, which would be nice. The 3 units again are Alpha, Beta, and Sid. Sid is a human character who works mainly with humans, but he does work with fairies as well, or shadows in this case, because that's the attribute that is going to be applied there, allowing them to work with each other, hence why the team operates very well together. That's the entire point there. In the gameplay, just to show it to you, if you're looking at who the DPS dealer is, it mainly is Shadow. He's like the carry unit of the century. When they were attacking Shadow and everything, everybody else took so much damage, but Shadow just stood there menacingly, bro. Like, you see the damage he's taking. He is not taking much here. And then especially you take it a step further, when you had the I'll show you in a second, and then also the corrosion that he applies, which is crazy. But over here, when he attacked, he hits for a very large amount of damage. This team is looking really good. Where the issues lie and where the PSA comes in is simply this. First, fairy team, you want fairies to be good, you better pull these 3 characters. Second, be aware that these characters kind of want to operate on a team with each other, where if you're just like, I only want Fid and I hate Alpha and Beta, well, I don't have the collaborations for you. I truly think that Sid may work with other human teams that doesn't require Alpha, but really, he does look to be good and pretty good with Alpha and Beta. Beta is the bench unit, Alpha is the unit on the side of him, Lance is the other unit. Again, I heard people say that Arthur or other characters would work instead of Lance, maybe Nauseans and such, who knows. But what I will say is, there's a lot of potential for this team, but the thing is, the team requires how much? It requires maybe all 3 collab characters. If that is the case, that is the best team when we test it, that's the issue. You gotta pull all 3 and maybe dupe all 3 and maybe skin all 3 to be super meta. Again, I don't know for sure. Will they work in PvE? Theoretically, they'll be pretty solid in PvE, but we have to also test that and see how that works when we get the actual release. But for now, they look like really good characters. There's no doubt about that. The thing also is their ults are very heavy. If you're ready to invest in this banner, you're going to have a good time. If you're not ready to put an investment in, maybe this isn't the banner for you then. I will say this now, skipping a collaboration is probably the dumbest thing you ever could do. The next anniversary is, again, the major anniversary. It's JP's anniversary. But again, if you play accordingly and plan it accordingly, you could save enough gems just by waiting until the, just like starting on the anniversary day. Anniversary will probably give you 300 gems as the JP anniversary. On top of the events and everything, it's around 400 gems total. The anniversary lasts for 5 weeks. Altogether, you pick up 900 gems, it's possible. But the banner after that, you're forced to skip. whatever it is, we don't know for sure, but it probably is a 600 banner, knowing how they've done things so far. I don't think it's a collaboration. Collaboration's in like August, and then September or October. So you got time, but for now, it's the collaborations are being like skipped. It's the stupidest thing to do, especially when they're fairies and such. With again, a typing that just doesn't get too much love here. Finally, getting 2 characters that work with them is insane. Like it really is insane. So. And then especially with characters now that work with fairies and humans, Sid working with fairies and humans, or shadows and humans, sorry, because the typing, it's good for what it is. But the duping, where does that come to a problem and such? Over here, inflicts magic control. You get a pretty decent buff over here from just Emine's or Sid's entire ult skill. I'm not saying that like a free to play is dead. I'm not saying that, no. But definitely you can see some pay to win in this entire aspect of it. The ults are pretty crazy. Again, over here with the entire attack and everything, Miststorm and everything, and then over here with Beta as well, going up to 6. It's not bad. So, depending on how much you put into this collab, I'm not saying that all are a must 6-6, but I would definitely say that maybe pulling at least a 2-6 Sid would be pretty nice for you, especially with what he has to offer there. The 25 jump, and then over here the 1. It could be good for you, but again, where does the issue lie? Anniversary next, collaboration now. It's a new collaboration. The rates aren't crazy. Remember, it's like 3 characters, which is 0.75 of a 3% banner. So first, you're getting pissed on by the 3% banner. You're then getting further pissed on by the fact that it's a 0.75 banner. So you're just getting pissed on 2 times. And then the fact that it's dupe heavy 3 times. Just keep it going. The stream just keeps falling, right? It's literally what's happening here. And I don't need to use another sort of example because you're literally just getting crushed to death. That's what this is. You're getting destroyed because it's going to be rough. But I would say that a collaboration doesn't come often. You've waited for this. A lot of people have been waiting for this for a bit now. Your previous update was what? Tier in Hell. No one said that you had to pull them. Yeah, they were great units, but if you skipped it, you have plenty of pulls now. Whatever Hell gave you in that update, it was pretty solid. Whatever Tier in his update gave you as well was pretty solid. There was no real excuse here to say, like, I don't have gems. If you skip both characters, you're good to go. I know a lot of people did and moved about their day. They're not festival level characters or anything like that, or festival characters. So you definitely could have fun over here and sort of enjoy with just the collaboration and then wait for Andy. But right now, just want to talk about those as the points and such. In the PvP showcase, again, Sid is the monster. Alpha is pretty good as well. Beta is the bench unit, right? I can because of what she offers and such. And I think it's her relic, right? I think her relic is the other part, but remember, she does have some pretty good things to offer to the team and such. And she could be pretty nice outside of that as well, right? That we'll also have to see, right? So 6% for applicable ally in battle, which is fairies or shadow. So that's 6% additional. Then for each buff applied to applicable ally, their attack increased by 4%, limit 6. So that's there. When applicable allies take damage, they recover 15% of their max HP at the start of the turns, which is also kind of cool. Yeah, and then when the hero enters battle, Shadow is applied to applicable allies for 2 turns. And then their pierce rate is plus 80%, and then 40%. So if your character dies, they get this buff over here, which is, she pops in, right? And that's really good. Then whenever the hero uses a buff skill, applicable allies defense-related stats increase by 50%. So that also furthers the defense applied through this too. So I think for the most part, again, they are pretty solid. But it's up to you if you want to pull. It's not a must, but it's a collab, and they don't come often. Probably will have a rerun 1 year from now. So basically, if you're still going to play GC in 1 year, you'll probably drop the game knowing half the people here when Origin comes out. But if you are, then enjoy with it. If not, well, GG's. Take care, have fun. It's been it for me. Hope you enjoyed.